on shadows, I guess in development, Alexandra really let me in a little bit more in terms of the editing process and involved me a little more with the images, and so I guess it was really a development, you know, from the first work to the second work. Like, okay, well, I'm taking the shirt off, and like, I almost felt like a dancer in a way, and then it was like, okay, go, and then.
And I mean, you were being blinded by this light too, so in a way, you couldn't see what I could see on the wall.
Yeah, but I did some of that thing that, you know, that you speak about, like,
yeah.
Even there's one of the pictures in the book that's like R, you know, so I was like looking at hands, you could see
there was
some
also
of
a
it.
K picture, just to be clear about that.
And then you would go like, no, don't do that, or...
I thought I tried to set an emotional tone.
You did, you were
I
like...
was less directory, I did
like,
have a...
What's loneliness? I was like, oh, good one. Yeah, what is it?
Up elbow, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, because there's so many. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no. We say the book design was the two of us, and everything is shared. Like, I'm present in Keanu's text because that's my handwriting, and Keanu's present just because obviously Keanu's shadow. So there's a real quality, I think, in the book that you can feel because that's there. But I think the word trust is one that's really important to us, but that was the bedrock of the project. Yeah.
We have time for 2 more questions. Thank you. You mentioned shadows in time, and I was wondering if you were interested in exploring at all the relationship between shadows in nature and how your shadow changes the season and the time of day. But it sounds like you shot, I think, most of indoors. But I was wondering if you could comment on that.
Well, that sounds like an amazing idea, and I encourage you to pursue it. But no, we did shoot indoors under very controlled circumstances. I mean, it's very suggestive, and you know, what I like is already thinking in my head, what would I like to shoot next now that I've had this amazing opportunity to gain confidence behind the lens of photographer. Like, what will come next? So, thank you.
I thought I had heard you mention grief, and I just wondered if working on this book was a cathartic experience for either one of you.
It's the smiles.
Catharsis. Yes. I mean, I don't mean...
He's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, at least for me, in terms of writing a text, I think to be able to do that, to be creative with that, and then to turn it into something that's shared and going into something else, transmutating. And so there's, you know, something personal to, not public, but, and then going through the process with the photography and working with Alexandra. There's definitely, it sheds light. You know, if I went to the grief part of it, it certainly shines light into that, which, you know, if you're lucky, can bring positive catharsis and thoughtfulness and appreciation, and good luck. But yeah.
But I would add to that is, for me, the experience of making a work around, you know, one of the themes of the profound loss.
Guys, if it's your first time here, thanks everyone who shared. Don't forget to follow.
Making it symbolic and both images, but it does become something else. I mean, even if the initial grief or loss isn't lost, it is transmuted. It is switched into another complex series of symbolic relationships in terms of the book, but also just in terms of the French too. I think, you know, there's a lot of openness that we shared with each other about that, and what allowed us to do that was driven by our work ethics, that interest in laboring on something together, but also in this, you know, again, the transmit to the symbolic realm. So
good was that, guys? Did you guys enjoy this? Wanda, is this your first time I spoke? You guys know that I do a kind of fashion.